bullshit. Right back on the bullshit. Hey, what's up? I am the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual psychoanalyst and healer and teacher and shaman and seer and oracle lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil, messenger of God, first child of God. I am the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had seen all of my live videos. What I posted in my community page in my latest short, it was Buddha, and it was confirming everything. He was talking about, if they can't take this spiritual journey with you, then you're going to have to learn to walk alone. And I had said that all day today. We pulled these cards in my last video. I got to sneak away from them, but I didn't actually get them downloaded in. And while I was sitting here, I felt a tear in the fabric of time. Really? Uh-huh. I'm like, how do you explain that? I don't know how. I can just tell you what it feels like. I don't know really how to explain that. When you make heart-based decisions, it changes time. So go back to Lilith, bro. My last video, the Holy Spirit just gave me this weird shit, bro. I was just sitting in my quiet space, and it's like, look, if you wanted to be in a relationship with this man, you would have to, it's okay, let's not even say that, bro. I'll tell you what it really is. They showed me what it looked like to be in a relationship with this man, which was completion. This is what it would look like. I could see what it would look like. And you can see this vision, right? It's a timeline. I told you, I'm looking at this new timeline. Happened a couple days ago. I don't know what's in it, but it's a new timeline. So then I look down, I see this vision. They showed me that today, more or less. It comes out really not so good. And I see this vision of what that looks like, the success of this, the succession of this possibility. And I started to work through the variables of how do you get from here to there? And that is exactly the defeating mindset that'll take you out, because you can't see how could this happen. And that's where I was in my first video. I was like, it looked impossible. And I tried to explain the impossibilities of what that would look like to me and my small mind, right? And then I started to break down it, and that's what it is. It's the alchemical process of breaking this down. You have a vision, and that's where it is. It's like, it would take literally nothing to make this real, because that's how manifestations work. All I need is a vision that it can be real. And all I have to do is the minimal action. What part would I play in this vision? What do I need to do to make this real? They would need a home to come home to, and a loving wife and mother to be there for them. You would need to be the role that you're suggesting you can play. It's like, oh. That happens real fast. And it's just that. It's a quick moment of confidence. Like, could you do this? And that's what it is. It's like, you see these things and you're like, I could never do that. But your heart can see that it's possible. Your heart sees you happy doing this. Like, how do I get from here to there? And it's like, I never considered it. That was very thoughtless of you not to consider. I didn't consider it a win. How about that? I'm always hoping for one, but I've never seen one. I've never seen a win. And the crowd goes wild. That's what that means. It's like, that's what faith is. You believe in it even though you can't see it. I've never seen it. I just believe in it. And even when it comes, it's going to be unbelievable. I've just been believing in the unbelievable already. And that's why it's like, when it comes, people are like, wow. I'm just as like, wow, I told you it works though. It's just faith. So that's what it is. It's like, if I believe in this vision and I work towards this vision, or if we aligned our vision on the same vision, then it would be next to nothing to claim victory, because I already seen that it's possible. That's the good knowing, is I can see how this could work out or not. And that's why I couldn't see the variables, because I was too narrow-minded. I couldn't see you know, the possibilities, and that's the strange. It's like you have to see all of the variables to know, but you have to have all the variables. That's exactly what Morgan said. Why didn't he say that sooner? That was important information. Whatever. Take it with, you know, when you get it. And so I tore my mind in that sense, because you know what it is? It's Lilith. Lilith didn't submit to that lifestyle. I'm not gonna play wifey. And I worked through, I alchemized. They gave me the vision of playing wifey, and for the first time ever, it didn't shut me down. And every time I get closer, and that's what I said, dude, as soon as I had sex, it was like I saw the possibility of what comes next, which is the fucking happy family. And I started freaking out, and that happened. I've been working through that already. Now where are we at? Wednesday? And they showed me it. And that's what it is. It's like I have to work through these fears for it to be real. As long as I can work through the fears and I can see it as real, then it's done. That's the power of manifestations. They give you a vision. You just got to work through it internally and minimal action externally. What would that take on my part? Realistically, guys, God would open up the door, and it's kind of quite perfect for something like my situation, for their situation, because I'm in a place where I can have housing paid for. Really? And even off of my income, not including theirs. So I'm in a place where I could actually literally open the doors to a big fat house, but I had no desire to do so because I didn't want to do it by myself. I wasn't going to open the big fat house to myself. I left a big fat house of myself. I would open a big fat house to build with someone else. So it's not that simple. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. Not for my part. But the whole part would be, you know what I mean, the planning out all the rest of the parts. And that's what it is. Is it really that hard to be happy? I mean, you know, and that's where it is. It's funny, you see things as impossibilities, but you have to, you know, and that's what working with Metatron has shown me. You break it down into its most simplistic forms. And that's alchemy at its most finest. That's the principles of alchemy. Let's break this down. Using the raw elements, right? So when you're faced with a tower, you've got your raw elements, which is your fire, right? You got your wands, which is your fire. You got your cups, which is your water. You got your swords, which is your air, and you got your pinnacles, which is your earth, right? So when you're looking at something, it's like, is it in my mind? You have to get this all aligned, right? So you go through the mind of it, you go through the emotions of it, you know what I mean? And that's how that works, and then you build up the willpower to take action in it, right? So air, water, fire, earth. And that's how it happens. And that's how you alchemize a thought, or how you know, or walk through a vision, basically. It's like the card showed me last week that I would be hooking up with someone. So right away I had to alchemize the thoughts of it, the emotions of it, have the willpower, and then I did nothing. It came to me. For me. In the essence, all I had to do was be available for the experience and be open to this experience, and that's me as the Empress. I'm calling this in, but it didn't come in the form I thought it would, and by calling, you know what I mean, the form it comes in is a little more complex. Well, can I work through the complexity of this and it still comes out? It still births a new life. Or we're gonna stillborn this shit. I am a baby killer. I tend to self-sabotage all great things in my life. Why? Same reason as you. Fear. You overthink it, and you're just scared, and you can't deal with your emotions, and it just seems too much. It's too much, too fast, too much. I can't deal with this. Yeah. It's not that you don't want to go to the next level. It's the fears of taking it to the next level that don't allow you to go there. And then you get to that place, you're like, I don't think I'm ready. But you know you are. Your spirit knows. That's that fucking, you know what I mean? That heart's knowing. It's just your mind. Your mind's holding you back. Your spirit knows that it's time. So it's like, I can't sabotage what I've been working hard, what I've been manifesting. It's going to come in one form or another. Even if I was to kick this one down on the ground, no, it's still coming. It's my destiny. The only thing standing in front of my destiny, which is happiness, and the definition of a happy family, is me. Because if I want it, I can have it. That's just what it is. Really? Yeah. Because I don't want and desire anything but what's my highest good. So it's that simple for me. I just have to align with what God wants for me. And sometimes be like, I don't really, why? Because I'm Lilith. The things you guys want are the things that I rejected my whole life. And now I'm supposed to be here and enjoy all the great things that you so desire. And I'm like, ugh, the fuck is the point in that? And that's just a family. They said that they painted me as this, you know what I mean, as a famanach, that I was wicked about it. No, I just didn't understand it because I had, you know what I mean, all the freedom to do whatever I wanted, and they had to just sit there and, you know what I mean, do what God said. It's a funny story. And that's where the tear in time was. Lilith said she's ready to submit. Oh my God. Ring the bell. Yeah, I guess so. And that's where it is. It's like, what else could trigger her? What else could keep her? What else would she run from? And that's where it is they're going to keep trying anything that would scare me out of doing this. Why? So that I don't get scared while I'm doing it. You have to work through it all before it happens because you can't sabotage it when it gets here. In essence, it won't get here if you have sabotaging thoughts. If you're still, there's some part of your subconscious that's afraid of your new future. Really? Yeah. What? It's just saying that you're not ready. It's telling the universe you're not ready yet. And it's true. You know what I mean? I wasn't ready till I was ready. And only when I was ready could it happen. You want to be ready for, the next step, but sometimes you're just not, and you don't even acknowledge why. And it's just basic fear. And the fear comes from a real place. So the tear in time, what's about to change, all of a sudden something, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some crazy earthquake I'm seeing, or some kind of natural disaster that is off the radar in the next 72 hours. Why? Because of the time shift. Time runs through all things, and something in time just shift. I tore time. Why? Because I'm in the beginning of time, dipshit. There's no such thing. But anyways, you go back and you make these different, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm supposed to relive the Lilith life and change it. So that Lilith's destiny was not Lilith's destiny. In essence, how many times did I repeat this? I mean, how many husbands did the goddess have? She had lots of lovers. She wasn't tied down to nobody. Shut up, Maeve. You're not helping this conversation. Go have a drink. No, I'll play the house bitch. Then I'm sitting here like, dude, don't make me a bitch. I don't want to be a bitch. Stupid bitches. I hate these bitches. It's been a lot. And it's still in me to hate. Why? Because I don't have an understanding. I just hate the whole idea. I'm such a hater. I am the beginning of all hate. So they say. But yeah, that's what happened. And it really was. It was just that. And that's what they're used for. Like, that's not very nice to say. That was a bad choice of words. Hold on a second. I don't know how to say it. It's the right ones that make you do the right, that pushes you to the right things, that make you want to be something better than what you are, that push you to be better, to even identify that you need to be better, and then make you want to be better. And that's the big round of applause to my twin flames. My love for them and my attractions for them pushed me to heal myself and be a better person. all honesty, for them. And then I learned that it was all about me later. But I was doing it with all intentions to earn the love of another, just like we always do. I figured, you know what I mean, I needed to step up to be in their class and to be good enough for them. But then the stepping up for them, I was just stepping up myself. And it wasn't about them, because, you know what I mean, no matter what I wasn't what, you know, like them. So I was never actually going to, you know, align with them. But that's what it was, is it was aligning myself with higher vibrational type people, where I had to take myself to newer levels and push myself to higher levels of confidence. You know, going back to Lewis and, you know, Marshall are always like, those were the highest levels, or I had to push myself really hard to believe in myself, you know what I mean, and to believe that, you know, I could be with someone like this and I could make someone like this happy, and nothing could stand in that way. So then you take all of that, and then there's always these things where it's like something comes along and you're like, it shakes your foundation, where you think you can't be the, you know, all that you thought you could be because of certain things. And that's where each of them, you know what I mean? It's like with Allie, I didn't know I could be tamed, where it just naturally, I shift my energy to a softer energy around a softer person. You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't know I could do that. There's different things that you push yourself, you never felt the push to try before, and that's the special experience. It's like, you know, that's the real special experience, and that's where they should hold their heads high despite all the bullshit. It's like, you made me want to be a better version of me. And that's what this experience is. It's like, you pushed me to a whole new limit of where I thought I would never go. I didn't know I could be that kind of woman. I never even thought I would be asked to be such a woman, but I realized at this moment I could be that woman and any type of woman that I needed to be in the name of love, because I have the love, and that's all it takes. Could you be this, just this, what you are, but more? That's it. I don't need to change what I am. I just need to be more, have more to give. It's not that I don't have daytime hours to sit around raising kids. I have plenty of daytime hours. In the essence, I got house. You know what I mean? If I pushed onto the housing, then the bills are fucking paid. And what did I need from you? Love and a family. What did you need from me? A happy home? Okay, I get this. We're working. What else? You know what I mean? And that's it too. It's like, I'll wash the clothes. Will you fold them? I'll wash these motherfuckers every day if you fold them. In the essence, you know, that's where that equal give and take, what it's going to take. You know what I mean? I can't take on all of the responsibilities, but what's it going to take to have a happy family with a person like this? And that's where that push is. And that's what today was about. It was an extra push into another place. I was like, I ain't never seen nobody go in that type of hell. No, I was talking about where they are and what they'd have to break free from. Everybody has to break free from something, but this one has a lot to break free from. And if they broke free, they'd need that. They'd need a happy home and a family. You know what I mean? They'd need a lot of love after something like that. If that's what that happened to that, if this one worked out. And I saw it could. I was just like, oh man, that's a lot. Merry Christmas. That's it. I can see this. This should really happen, but this is terrifying. 100,000%. I ain't never seen a scarier vision in my head. What is it? A vision of happiness? Really? Yeah. I don't see that coming. I mean, you know, that's what I said too. It's like, I'm always happy. I'm not looking for happiness. I can only become more happy. Really? Yeah. Let's find out what these cards demand. Really? I mean, other than the Ace of Swords, and I think that's a death card. I don't know what they are. Somebody, please, if you want to teach me something, you can record all of those and teach me. That's what this means. Oh, cool. Now teach me again. It's a memory game, and for whatever reason, I don't stare at those. I have to start paying attention. Somebody help me learn these. I really do. Alright, I think that's the Divine Feminine, to be honest. I don't know what it is. It's the High Priestess, bitch. That's what's up. Hey, you know, everyone sees the moon as a secretive card. They're hiding something. They're not telling you something. They're hiding something. They see that as the High Priestess too. I don't see either of those cards as that. How do they paint this? The weak force? Not the weak force. You're the weak force. Alright, I'm weak. I'd be like, I'm weak. Alright, the High Priestess symbolizes hidden knowledge, introspection, and self-examination. That's it. It's like, who told you? The Holy Spirit? The Holy Spirit told me about your kids? Freak you out. I mean, were you going to tell me about this whole situation, like, completely? Introspection and self-examination. What inner wisdom do you need to discover? You know what I discovered is that fear in men. Why? I don't know. I felt it. All of my fucking experiences are made to give understanding to the universe. Yeah? Equality. Understand. Try to understand and tell everybody how to understand them. Yeah, it's that moment where you don't think you could be that type, and that was that fucking, that was the Emperor card. That authority. You can't step into that type of position of authority to play that role. That's a position of authority, bro. I didn't really see it for that. And you know, a man with children has baby mamas, and as much as men are avoiding baby daddies, dude, your baby mama drama is way worse than my baby daddy's. I got protection orders. What are we gonna do to protect ourselves from them? Who's gonna order that shit? Just kidding. I mean, in essence, oh shit, thank God I got the Holy Spirit. Maybe they'll leave us alone if you find out you're dating a witch. Shit, they wouldn't think I'm cursing them. Maybe we should. Just kidding. God will take care of it. No, just kidding. I'm not just kidding. I'm totally making jokes. I swear on everything holy, I'm making jokes. I wish no harm upon nobody. Alright, what inner wisdom do you need to discover? They're gonna say I put a spell on you. That's great. I like those. Yeah, that's what they told Russ too. They always tell somebody that falls in love with me, oh, she's doing magic on you. It would be magically delicious if I could get rid of you. That's the magic I can't do. That's the only thing I cannot do is get rid of fucking... That's so stupid. I could go out here right now and banish every kind of weird person. You could see it happen. I can't get rid of you. And you think I did magic on you? Stop it. You did magic on me. Anyways, yeah, the High Priestess. What inner wisdom do you need to discover? That I'm stronger than I think I am. And I can do greater things than I ever thought I could do. That's what this whole day wound up being. What a walk through the dark side. It was, I swear, I just went for a beautiful walk. I came, I sat down, I heated up some food, and I was just sitting there with it, and it was all, BAM! And I was like, oh, hell no. No. You must stay there in your baby mama drama. I can't be part of that. That's scary, dude. I don't know. I think men think about it, but I don't think any woman's thought about it. Having to deal with baby mamas. Oh, fuck me. They're gonna hate me. That's scary. Baby mamas be like cutting tires and shit. They be scary and shit, dude. They like they'll try to get back at you a lot. They're scary, like my baby daddy. Oh, that's scary. God protect us all from this, from the hurt baby mamas. I heard me say it and I realized how funny that was. Like, that was funny. Everybody bow your heads, bro. There's some baby mama drama going out there, and it's dangerous. It's scary. It's hard out there for a pimp. I'm not being thoughtless. I just find it funny. I really mean it from my heart, but once it comes out of my mouth, it becomes a fucking joke. That's what everything is. I really meant that from my heart. I didn't mean for it to sound all cringe or funny or whatever came out of my mouth. It didn't come out right. Anyway. Alright, so we got the High Priestess. Hidden knowledge. The Ace of Swords is... Okay, I'm not gonna we'll just read them out of the book. I was about to, and they're like, just turn the page. It's the W and Z bosoms. Ace of Swords signifies clarity and perception, the ability to cut through the confusion to the truth. Truthfully, this is going to take a lot. Where do you need to focus your cutting edge? I just need to turn it off, to be honest. I cut through all that bullshit. And I left it on their plate. I was like, here, eat this. This is what I've been feeding on all day. What do you think? Realistically. I mean, yeah. Moving on. Alright, and what's that last card there? Somebody remember these. Alright, so the 2 is the High Priestess. I'm never going to remember this. Really? I mean, I'm trying. And that one would be... Is that the Emperor? Are you fucking kidding me? No, it's not. Somebody's screaming it. It's the Hermit again. We're back in Hermit mode. See? They don't let me out much. Why? Because everything I do, every time I go outside, it blows my mind. I come back crying and triggered, and I have to face fears and shit. That's why I don't want to be going outside, bro. I told you. I'll stay inside with the kids. We'll have fun. It'll be a whole Disneyland. It'll be me and Michael Jackson without the weird touching. None of that. We'll be having fun. Petting zoo. Fucking paints. Lots of kids songs. Trips to the fucking children's museums. I do all this shit to entertain myself. They can come along. You got a car seat for them? We're gonna need a minivan. So funny. It was so funny. That is so funny. It's not. Because I had a minivan and I hated it. I gave them up. Now it makes more sense. They're really funny. Really. Anyways, you shift too much. I'm moving through energy. You want me to stay one way? Alright, anyways, subatomic particles. The Hermit represents a period of contemplation, a quiet exploration of your inner landscape. It's messy in here. You don't want it to come in here with me right now. That's where it is. You can't be in a place of chaos right now. Like, if I was in a place like this and we were just supposed to lay down and I put this energy on you, you'd be all fucked up. You'd be all like, try to stand up and be all sick to your stomach or something. Like, ugh. What did I put on you? All kinds of chaos. My thoughts weren't... I did not give you love. I gave you chaos energy. Yep. Gotta be careful. Don't tap in until it's the right time. He's tapped out. I got him tapped out. Alright. Well, so, basically, yeah. What is it? Introspection. Lots of it. Can't you see? Work into those thoughts. Get to the bottom of those thoughts. What's at the bottom? I mean, I'm over it. I feel like I am. I am ready for a freaking spiritual bath and to go downstairs. Oh, something else happened today. Really? Yeah. I didn't tell anyone that story around here. What story? About that guy the other night that I recorded? The deviant? We'll just call him that. We could just call him the Scorpio because that's all he said he was. I didn't catch his name. But anyways, I didn't tell anyone about it until today. It came out. It just came out. I wasn't raw snitching him. I mean, I guess it just came out. They're like, that dude? And I was like, yeah. Like, no way. I was like, no, you got to hear it for yourself. And I played the video, and they're like, have you shown anyone this? I was like, no. And he's like, I'm so sorry for you guys. Like, he knows our backgrounds separately. You know what I mean? And to have this dude, you know what I mean? Like, we have nowhere to go. We live here. And to step outside and there's just dudes trying to fuck us, it's a little uncomfortable, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you can only, you know what I mean? It's like we're supposed to be safe here. And we all have our own stories of, you know what I mean? Especially us that don't have men. There's obviously something wrong with us. Something isn't right if they don't have no men. Now, you could blame us or just understand there's a reason these men aren't here. And leave it alone. And the last thing is, you know, in a place like this, you don't want men coming on to you. And so he listened to this. He listened to the couple minutes of it, and he was extremely appalled. He was extremely appalled, and he was going to come in. He said, don't show anyone, but I'm going to handle that personally. I'll be in later tonight. I was like, are you working tonight? He said, I might be. I was like, damn. But I didn't realize it, and it's true, and it was very authoritative, and it was very protective, and it was very kind. You know what I mean? That was it. All I was saying, it was inappropriate to begin with. We were talking about men's sexual behaviors. And it's like, something about, I said it again, I was like, how many times can a man come in a night, right? And I was like, that guy said he could go 6 times a night. And he's like, what guy? I was like, this fucking guy the other night, dude. He was a whole deviant. You should have heard this shit. I was out here at 3 o'clock in the morning, and she was out here having a cigarette. And this fucking guy, he was like, what was it about? And so I played him the video. He's like, are you serious? This happened here? It's like, yeah. He's like, when? I was like, yeah. It's like, He's like, you ain't told nobody? I was like, not really. I didn't think about it until I saw him yesterday morning, and I just kind of turned my head like, I don't want to, don't want to make eye contact with that guy. And I didn't realize, I mean, I did. I told Diana, I was like, that's a whole fucking deviant, bro. You know what I mean? That's a whole deviant in our building. For real, though. And when I showed him, he was appalled by it, and he was willing to take action to protect us, to take care of it himself. And he apologized for us ever having to be in a position with something like that. You know what I mean? And it just meant a lot that something that had happened to us that we didn't realize was shouldn't have happened to us. Somebody came in and acknowledged that shouldn't have happened to you. I'm sorry that happened to you, and we're gonna take care of that. And you should never be made to feel that way. And we just, me and Dee were just sitting there like, wow. And we kind of looked at each other and it's like, yeah, you know what? That's fucked up. Like, we're so used to being abused. And, you know what I mean? We've normalized such unnormal behaviors. She comes from a trap house. I come from fucking, you know what I mean, a drug house in the streets. You know what I mean? We've both been through unbelievable amounts of sexual abuse. We both were married to fucking, you know what I mean, closet homosexuals. We've been through so much that it doesn't, we've learned to just turn it off, bro. Like, I mean, I might giggle, but at the same time, it's like, we've learned to turn the senses off. Because it's like, it's like, at this point, like, that's Morgan. It's like, all three of us, it's like, it's funny to us, but at the same time, it's like, there's not much you can really say that's going to offend somebody like us, because we've lived in an offensive world since we were children. We've heard and seen all offenses. In the essence of sinners, we've seen them all. We grew up with them. We were raised by them. I mean, all of us have some horrendous fucking stories, dude. Like attracts like. And that's why we're like that. Because we had similar environments spread out across the world. She, fucking Morgan grew up in Detroit. I grew up here in Colorado. She grew up in Connecticut. But yet we have the exact similar fucking life paths. Our lives went the same direction just because of the same programming at childhood. And it brought us to the same location. That's how time works. That's how energy works. And it's in masses. So, like, us three could find one tarot reader that's on our, on our energy, but not other people's. And that's where it is you can move through the energetic fields where you relate with a group of people. I relate with all kinds of people. So anyways, that was, where did that come from? I don't know. I think because I said I was going to go outside, maybe? I don't know. Oh, yeah, because I was going to go out to the moon and stuff, and he said he was going to be around tonight. And, I mean, as I said this, it's like Captain Save-A-Ho. I mean, in that essence, there's nobody to ever save us from these fucking predators and weird-ass people. And that's what made me strong. It's like, if he would have overstepped, I would have had to stand in my masculinity, which they've seen me do in many times. It's like, when I have to stand in that, and I have to handle a man, because he's getting out of sorts with women or children or myself, I don't do it with the intention that I'm going to back down. I'm going to eliminate this situation. And I've been trained to do that since I was young, is how to handle, but that's also what got me in some violent situations with men. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are talking to fucking women like this? You know what I mean? Now I can use the magical forces where I don't even have to raise my voice. I can just kind of wiggle my fingers. Really? Yeah. Yeah. And that's, working with the other forces. It's like you're giving off a whole energy right now. Watch this. Watch what happens if I don't keep taking it from you and I put it back on you. Most of the time we are being combative. They're giving you energy, so you give them energy. So you're just fighting energy against energy. But if, like me, you can turn the mirror, then they can't, they're shadow boxing now. Yeah? They're not even fighting you. And they can't fight you because they're too busy fighting themselves. Time in their own thoughts, their own words. No, but you said. That's not what I was trying to say, but that's what you said. No, you fucking twisted. No, that's what you said. You wanna play manipulative games? You wanna play fucking mind games, fuckheads? I'm here to help you. Anyways, great cards, I guess, supposedly. We're in hermit mode again. That's it. What is that? Forced enclosure? I don't know. People think it is like, oh, well, they're not moving forward. It means that they're not in a position to right now. They're contemplating. They're trying to figure out what the fuck to do, or they can't figure out what the fuck to do. We're always in a place of, you know what I mean? Stop and go. We got this far, but now we got to sit here for a while and wait for our next directive. That's it. I went through a lot today, but now what tomorrow? I don't know. I got a lot tomorrow, to be honest. It's Thursday. Morgan said she's going to come. Nothing was wrong with my car. It turned on just fine. But I'm still going to have her look at it because, you know, obviously something. It could have just been my energy. I never know. I'm always watching out for the car. She's going to come by. If everything's cool and dandy, I'm going to go to my dentist appointment in the afternoon. And then there was some other shit. My daughter has an early morning and a early release. And then 4 days off of school. My kids are going to be around. So that talk about hermit mode. She's going to be around for fucking 4 days. What the fuck are we doing? I don't know. Better find something. We're going to learn how to knit or something. That's what I said. We'd be doing shit around here. Gotta find something to do with our time. Let's do some kid shit. Coloring books and all that. It's like, yeah, bring your kiddos. As far as video games, you're kind of fucked there, dude. My son isn't really good at it, and I can't stand them. So if your kids are into video games, I don't know. Are you any good at video games, Amelia? She's good at the phone. She's pretty good. I'm not good at playing video games with kids. That's the whole thing. I hope they don't want to play video games. I don't like to. I stopped playing video games when we stopped having Mario Party. That was the only fun video game I can remember. Damn, bitch, you're old. Shh. Oldie but a goodie. Could have said something stupid like the Atari or Sega. Hey, I still remember that code. Really? Yeah. Up, down, left, right, A, hold, start. What's that to? I don't know. I have it. It's still in my head. It's a cheat code to some game, and it could have been a Nintendo and not a Sega. I had both. Try it. On what game? I don't know. Ask a gamer. They'll remember it. They know that's the code. It's the G code. You guys remember weird stuff like that? How can I remember that and nothing else? Fucking amnesia. Super funny. And that's why I feel for people, dude. That's why I was like, oh, dementia and fucking, you know what I mean, Alzheimer's. I felt for them. They lose them. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. You just can't remember. It's like, dude, come on. Please give me the name. Please. So sad. What's your name? What's your face? Thank goodness. Hey, I love yous. Good luck with, that energy. It's heavy. I went through it all. What'd you go through? All of this? I went through the worry of a 9 of Swords. You see me? Stressed all the fuck out. I had to, give it a lot of love and fucking understanding. Went through all of this, dude. The moon. I went through all of these cards within a day. Did I? Yeah, why would I have pulled them? It's fated. You have to deal with your emotions about it. Why do you guys always see that as being secretive? I guess it's hidden emotions, hidden thoughts, hidden emotions. Because the moon represents the subconscious, so I guess that's why you guys say it. I don't know, I watch tarot readers, I'm like, how did you get that out of there? He finally stopped. Thank you for that, I noticed that. Wolfman, every time he pulled the devil card, is like, they're obsessed with you. They're obsessed. I'm like, where in this whole text of any of these fucking guidebooks does it say such things? And he finally stopped saying that. And some of these cards, like, they call them by, they're like, they say immediately that's what that is. It's like, this is a card of being burdened. Worry. And the basic understanding of it is worried. So some of them are easy, but some of them, They twist up, which I think are mostly the heavy arcana. Like when they say you're in an Empress energy, what the fuck are they talking about? I'm real quiet. What does that mean for you? That means you're in a high level of receptivity and manifestation. You're calling in all good things. That's what that means. And the only thing more powerful is the Queen of Cups, which I got right here. You know what I mean? There she is. Andromeda, I think it was. No, not the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Swords. But the Queen of Cups is the second level. It's because you're manifesting from the heart. You're just all giving and loving. Really? Yeah, the Queen of Swords is, you know what I mean? Directive. You know? That's that authority of it. And the Queen of Pentacles is balancing it with practicality. Having all this power, but being able to just be a regular bitch. Not trying to fucking, you know what I mean? Be the baddest bitch. Baddest bitch around. Yeah, but they have these perception, I don't know. I've been reading tarot a long time. Obviously, I'm still lacking on the Roman numerals. The Romans knew it by numerals. I've learned it in every other kind of way. We're learning it in the Toria. We're learning it in everything. We're learning it how it works in the Tree of Life. We're learning it how it works in the planets. We're learning it in everything. I just don't understand how you guys can find such weird details out of tarot cards. You're looking for them, I think. Or you were taught something else, I suppose. Every card I ever read, every oracle book that comes with them always talked about an ascension, growth, expansion. They never were just like, you know, this guy is cheating on you. And that's what people see as the Knight of Wands. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, they just want to have sex with you. Really? They want an adventure is what that means. Does it always lead to sex? I heard don't all things. I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so I showed you the alchemical process. I got knocked down. I feel like that was some serious Friday work. You missed the big video where because I threw some details in there that shouldn't have been. I couldn't explain it without the details. And that's why I had to destroy that video. But I was just trying to I needed to throw the details just to throw in the rest of the feelings and the thoughts. You know what I mean? Putting it all together, analyzing it, and putting it all together. And that's really what it is you get a fucking... They give you a case, right? Murder was the case. Alright, whatever. They give you a case file. And you've got to sort through it. And that's the alchemical process. And that's the breaking down, you know, the magnum opus. But that's also what Carl Jung, you know, talks about. Is you have to break this down, bro. And that's exactly how Metatron works. It's not, his is more of the building, but it's also breaking it down into its finest formula and rebuilding it with a different thought perception. Otherwise, you just have a negative perception on things. And that's what we're always trying to do, is change the negative thoughts, regardless to what it is. I don't carry negativity, bro. I don't walk around with it. If you tell me something negative and it just sits with me, I've either got to talk it out, or I've got to burn it out, I got to wash it out, I got to get it off me, because it's just sitting there, and that's not me. You put on this negative experience, and that's why I tell my daughter, she's really mean about it, but I'm really mean about it, but she doesn't get it. She wants to run up to me all the time and say, look at this. And then she'll put something in my eyes, you know, she'll show me a little TikTok video or something that really affects me negatively. And I'm mad at her for putting that energy into me. Because now I have to take time to work that out and change, you know, my feelings about what I just saw. So I don't spend much time on the internet. I'll do that maybe once or twice a day. Any kind of current events I'll pull off of fucking Facebook. I'll scroll through Facebook. I don't typically do anything on Instagram because I don't have any followers, so I'll just go through the feed, and it's a lot of spiritual stuff. And that's it. I don't feed myself as I try to avoid the outside world as much as possible, in the sense of it's full of a lot of negativity. Not that I can't take it, but I have to alchemize it as I take it. I can't go to sleep with a bad thought. You know what I mean? Anything that's bothering me, I've got to let it out. And that's what you're not told to do. You're supposed to bottle up your thoughts and your feelings and just let them fester inside of you. But I promise, when you learn you learn how to free them, you'll recognize as soon as they touch you again. Like, I was feeling fucking fine until you came up, and now I'm getting this, uncomfortable feeling. And that's just kind of what it is. Or, you start talking about some shit, and now, I wish I didn't know that about them. I wish I didn't know that they were suffering. I wish I didn't know that they were sour. I wish I didn't know they were a liar. I wish they didn't know that. Because those are negative things, and when you tell me that, I feel negative about it, just like you. I don't want to feel negative about things, so then I have to change it. And find all of a sudden a person that I don't even know, I'm trying to find compassion and understanding and forgiveness so that I'm not cursing them in my mind. Really? Yeah, it would appear that I'm walking around just happy all the time, but it's just peaceful. I just maintain peace. So I don't try to take myself into, situations that are unpeaceful. People that are unpredictable, that don't, that can easily be triggered into negativity or talk about negativity. And that's it. A lot of shit is just low vibrational. Talking about people and their pains and sufferings is so low vibrational. I don't like to do that. I don't like to sit around and let's talk about people. So then what else do we talk about? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And then you go outside and you can just catch it. You're caught up in the negativity. You know what I mean? Just the aggressive drivers that are around you that are like pissed off from who knows what. And they're fucking ripping through the streets, And it's just all of that. You can turn on the radio and they're telling you all kinds of fucking fucked up stories about stuff. It's not that I don't care, it's that it affects me harder than it affects anyone else. I'm not just ears that are taking it in. I'm really taking it in. So, that's that Queen of Cups. It's like, it really hurts me. I let things, it's not that I let them, but it's just that it really has a huge effect on me, the information I take in, so I don't try to overdo it. I don't try to take in information. It's like, I'm not purposely trying to, spend any time on Russ's page being pissed off, just scrolling through his page pissed off. You give me a bad feel. Every time I'm around you, you get under my skin, and then it takes me hours to fucking get this feeling off of me. I don't do that for fun. I don't just sit there, I wonder what Russ is doing. No. The spirit will be like, hey, go check out Russ. Oh, man. This is not gonna be good. And then I get over there and it's something hilarious. Him in his fucking bikini, flopping his hair around, thinking he's sexy. Some weird shit. It always is. He's such a weird guy. But that's where it is I don't try to go looking, because, something simplistic like, alright, I went yesterday and they said go look at Royce's page. And Royce had this thing of, him and Eminem from like forever ago, and it's like, I think it's time for us to face again. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. What are you guys gonna sing about? And that's it. I was just gonna say all kinds. I literally took a screenshot, and I was gonna say all kinds of negative things to both of them about just give it up, like nobody wants to hear what you have to say, kind of shit. And instead of doing what I felt like, I just sit with it and just let it go, like, And that's where it is. It's a lot of work. Like, I really want to speak on this shit, and I'd rather just not know. I don't know. It's just a world I live in. I try to keep it positive. I try to keep, my eyes on God and all good things. And when I have to face the bad things, then I have to teach everybody to have a strong heart about what's going on out there. And, you go back to my video last night, and it's like, I really thought that this would be easy. That I would feel no type of way about watching people suffer. That I would actually feel good about it. But again, my heart, that's when I had a wicked heart. I was like, this is going to be wicked. But, when you have a change of heart, it's like, no. It's not funny anymore. Really? Yeah. And that's what it is you want people to suffer. And then when you watch karma your whole life, you're like, this isn't cool. You see them, you know what I mean? It's like you almost pity them for fucking with you. It's like, this is gonna fucking hurt you so much worse than what you've done to me. I've seen this my whole life. I know what comes after me. It's gonna destroy your life. And then you're gonna blame me like I did this. You did this to yourself. Being this to a kind person. I have seen it my whole life, dude. I'm so serious. I have watched karma. I didn't even know it was called a word like tower. I have watched it completely wipe out families for fucking with me. Completely destroy them, rip them apart. I've seen, and you're like, somebody will come up later and like, hey, did you hear what happened? Like, my baby daddy, my first one, got this girl pregnant secretly, and I wished all kinds of hell on that girl. And then years later, they were like, hey, dude, you know Debo's other baby? I was like, yeah. It's like, dude, that baby died. What? Yeah, it was in foster care and something happened and it died. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. I didn't want that. But in the essence, it wasn't made out of, you know what I mean? The whole situation. She was trying to get pregnant because she wanted our life. She wanted to play wife. That's what I mean. I never wanted to be the outside girl, and to be on the outside, I had so much more sympathy for these girls. When I got stuck in Bobby's little fucking marriage, I was like, please. I didn't understand these girls or the situation, and I had more understanding because though I don't think any of them loved my men, I think they loved the idea of him or something. Whatever, I just had more understanding for it. But yeah, she tried to get him with a baby, and it didn't work. And she was just, she was a drug addict, and he was a dope dealer. And so she lost the baby, and he wasn't going to come in and get the baby. And they put it in foster care, and I guess the foster care is neglected, and something about falling down the stairs or something. I was like, Jesus. My ex-husband, after I finally walked away and shut all doors there, both marriages fell apart, and she got her kids taken away from her. All kinds of hell broke loose, dude. They lost everything. He went to prison. His sister went to... all of them did. The mother and the daughter got into a fight, ended up in jail. When that happened, the kids came and they got taken away, right? They couldn't come back. I heard all of this through the grapevine. They couldn't... nobody could get the kids because it was domestic violence against each other. So the kids stayed in in foster care for over a year. The same people that kept trying to take my kids away from me, lost them. Lost them. Lost their own grandchildren, bro. Nobody came in to take those kids out of they acted like they were so perfect and they were going to steal my kids from me. And the fucking government came in and took them, and nobody could get them out. And that was karma, bro. All those times of you trying to fucking, you know what I mean, strong arm me for my children. And God came, and I'm serious. They both lost their marriages and the children. And then, of course, the ex-husband went to prison for like a couple of years. Karma fucked them up. What happened to dude, I've seen it so much. What happened to Chris? Jesus Christ. When I saw Chris on the side of the fucking road, living out of a fucking grocery cart, Jesus. I've seen it. I've seen what it did to Devani. I've seen what it's done to anybody. It's like, don't do me dirty, bro. You're doing yourself dirty. You're doing yourself so dirty by doing me dirty. I will never talk to you again, but that's what's actually going to hurt you the most. It's like, God said, do his anointing, no harm. He didn't tell you what would happen if you did. I've seen what happens. I've seen what happens, bro. Like my dad, when I stopped caring about my dad, it's been one horrible act of pain to his body after another. He put him through a car wreck, took his car. Then he gave him these like injuries so that my dad, as a master mechanic, can no longer work on cars. He killed his cat. I mean, just one thing after another, dude. It's like, just made his life a living hell. An absolute living hell. Be careful who you fuck with, I guess you should say that. You know what I mean? And that was all before I was ever even awoken. That was just, you know what I mean? That's what it is. If you stop fighting your battles and you let God come in, bro, he will clean the fucking floor of those motherfuckers. And you'll be feeling bad for a motherfucker. It's like you'll literally be praying for your enemies, bro. Like, damn, God, show them some mercy. That's some shit. But you can't, because in the essence, it's like, they got judged by how they judged you. You know what I mean? That's really the truth. It's like, these people that painted me as bad mothers, dude, they hung for being bad mothers. These people that pretended that I was, promiscuous, ended up with fucking sexual transmitted diseases and tons of fucking children. You know what I mean? These people that, said that I was on drugs, ended up spending lifetimes in jail on fucking drugs and are fucking, their kids are on drugs. They're all on drugs. Like, all these people put all of this condemnation on me, and they ended up wearing it like a motherfucker. It's like, don't you fucking put on nothing on me, dude. That's you. Don't you put none of that on me. Going back to the husband. She's sleeping around to pay her bills. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? That was the lowest thing I've ever heard a person do, was some welfare fraud. That's like the lowest, bro. And then not even to have a child in your possession to do it, which means you're completely whacked out on drugs again. You'd have to be a drug-set mind, or at least definitely off your medications, to be that desperate to go beg welfare money, which means you're not capable of doing anything right in your life, that you're so desperate for a welfare check. That's embarrassing on your part, bro, and that just goes to show how unhealed you are. And you're mad at me, and you're mad at the world because you weren't able to raise children and have a wife? Clearly, you weren't. And that's it. It's like, dude, you thought you were, you thought your life was going to be better without me? Okay. How's that working out? My brother? Oh, God, that was a sad story when I heard what God did to him. That was sad as fuck. What happened? Oh, man. My brother... He hooked up with this girl in the rehab, and they got married, and she got pregnant, and then she miscarried, and then they got pregnant again. And right when they're about to start their brand new family, my brother gets pulled over on a traffic stop, and they find an old warrant, and he ends up going to prison for fucking 4 years. Right before he was about to have his new life, he got ripped out and got fucking thrown into prison. He'd been running from prison his whole, since the beginning, bro. He's been running from jail time since the beginning. Obviously, 11 years. And here it was, dude. He was about to start a brand new life. He had his wife, and, you know what I mean? She had her 2 children. He was playing, he had a good job. I think something at, the airport or something. And, nope. Took it all away, bro. Took it all away. I've seen it. I've seen karma. And what it is just the balancing of the scales. And right now in Libra season, yep, you're pulling that justice card. Don't do anything to people, bro. Don't retaliate. Don't be negative in your thoughts. Whatever you think upon someone else is going to be brought upon yourself. That's the whole saying of as above, which is in your mind, so below will be your reality. As within, which means your intentions within, so without. You're sinning in your mind and in your thoughts and in your heart. Don't worry, I sat around with evil, I've had evil thoughts and stuff, and I know it's wrong not to sit there just be negative, not to be hateful, not to be loathsome, not to be jealous, not to be these things. It's not because I just know better, it's because I feel better not being them. When you start to eliminate these built up feelings, they're called low vibrational emotions, you really feel the release of them. And when they come back over you, you don't like that feeling. Anybody that's stopped drinking and then goes back around a drunk, they know what I mean about a low vibration coming back up on them. And so they'll avoid that vibration. I don't want to be mean, I just don't want to feel like this. That's what that means. Really? But going back to the weirdo, and disassociation, there's some of us have the programming, since childhood to just turn off our responses. You know what I mean? You've triggered us to where now we're in our childhood responses, and we can't. We're stunted. We're like literally stuck in this experience, and that's what, you know what I mean? It's like, what were we? Somebody else would have handled that better, bro. And you know, she could. What was she supposed to say? What do you say to something like that? And it's like, men don't say that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of funny because I didn't realize it. It made sense later. Because the dude I was with this weekend, he asked, he's like, so guys be like talking to you over there? And I didn't think about it. I thought he was just asking me because I looked real sexy. And I made jokes. I was like, occasionally. But I didn't think about the fact that he may have heard that video about how serious they be coming on to us women around here. And it's like, well, I mean, if you're willing to give in, I suppose. I'm not giving in to no bullshit. But then you think about her, it's like, you know, he made her very uncomfortable. I mean, in the wrong state of mind, if you would have told me some shit like that, like, I was jacking off to you all night last night. Huh? What's a woman supposed to say to that, bro? What's our defense to that? What are we supposed to say? Thank you? Do you think that makes us feel good? Or that makes us feel, you know what I mean, very uncomfortable? I don't know if that's honoring to you to say, oh, I was masturbating to you last night. Oh, really? Like, you know, but in the essence is you're sitting there closing your eyes thinking about doing things to me that I don't even know you. Like, you just admitted to having, you know what I mean, fantasies about me without my permission. I wasn't even part of that. Enough to where it was so self-satisfying. And you want to come and share this experience? I didn't ask to be part of this experience. It was weird. And that's where it is I'll go through things and it'll take me a couple days to be like, what the fuck was that? It's like, that wouldn't happen anywhere. No, it wouldn't. But at the same time, like, don't think for 1 minute you can move me into a prissy neighborhood and some weird shit not going to attract weirdness. Why? I don't know, to heal it. For understanding, to teach the world to have understanding for the weird things of this world. It's weird to me too. There's so many of them. To this day, I'm not budging on that guy who took a piss squatting. Me and Morgan both. We ain't never. I've seen men do some weird shit before. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. Maybe I have. I have amnesia. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Laters, haters. Laters, haters.